Hope you're all doing good today. Today is, what is it? I think it's like the 10th or something, 11th of August. Dog days of the summer. It's hot as I don't know what. And so I was able to cut the grass a little bit yesterday, but there are some areas that I going to redo in terms of grassing patches. Like here, this is an entrance into the reflecting garden. As you guys recall, this is my reflecting garden that's being developed over time in terms of, plants and stuff like that. I've got some beautiful soft touch hollies here on both ends of this entrance, and I've got some coral drift rose bushes that are aligning themselves here. And so this little patch here has been very difficult that I wasn't anticipating for with the lawnmower to cut this grass in between here. I thought it would be kind of cool with this little paver in between, but what I'm going to nix that. And that's the fun part of having your own garden, is just, you're able to do that. So what I'm going to do today is just cut out all this grass, leave this paver here, and I got some pea gravel, so that way it just kind of connects into this pea gravel over here. And let's see how that turns out. Of course, my stand that I had has broken, so I will just have to pause the video, show you a little bit of the progress, and do it in piecemealing by holding the camera by my hand. So anyway, that's what's going to happen today. So come join me as I make it through. This here is my beautiful handy dandy Giorgio. He has been with me for years. I explain it, but he's just got the best kind of tip here. It's a square shovel. I don't know. I'm not even sure the proper name for this type of shovel, but this is what I'm going to use to rip out all the grass. So let's get to it. All right, so I was able to pull the grass that was around the paver. What I'm debating about right now is putting either small rocks to keep the mulch in on this side, and then the gravel over here, and the same over here, or probably put a piece of wood that's pressure treated, termite treated, so that way it keeps it clean. I'll have to think about that in a second. And then what I am going to end up doing as well is a subscriber to my channel had kindly suggested to widen up the beds a little bit more. So what I'm starting to do is just rip up some of this grass all over here. I'm going to keep going all the way. Sorry, my hand is giving the camera distinction forward, backward kind of thing. But so I'll just rip all of this up a little bit more. Although I don't think that the rose is needed, but I think it'll just give it a little bit more of a I don't know, a little bit of a wider space. I've also been thinking about moving the soft touch holly a little bit more forward this way. Same with this one, move it just, a couple of feet. I'm going to open this one up a little bit more wider as well, because the kaleidoscope Abelia is, she's supposed to get a little bit bigger, and I just don't know if I've doing a service for them by having such a small space. And I'm glad that that subscriber, I can't remember their name, but they were very nice to point that out. So I know that I will have to, so that way they have space to grow. And my concern is that this soft touch, I can maintain it, but it could come over, just like this one can come over into such a small space. So the other thing that I might have to do is just remove these two and have them somewhere else. So that way that area there is just mulch, and then the pea gravel's there. So it's interesting how the garden is constantly changing either it's on your own accord or the garden is telling you to modify. You know what I mean? Which is quite fun though. It's quite fun to see things grow and see what they're doing, how they're either adapting or struggling. And talking about struggling, well, I step over here. I stupidly had it was like a dwarf red hydrangea here. I think it was like a bleeding heart or heart something, from, I think it was from, I can't remember the company who cultivates it, but it was here. It was from my dad. He loved redheads, so it was like a joke, inside joke here. But the tree that's here is not giving it the shade that it needs at any point, so it was struggling. So I ended up pulling it up, and I'll have to find something else that's red and place it there, you know, in memory of my dad. But I put him now over here, back here, because there's a lot more shade. And look, it's already starting to be happier and starting to open up some more leaves. So I'm kind of happy about that. There's some, I wouldn't say mulch, but there's just like leaf mulch around it. So, and the tree above it is a privet, a variegated privet. No, it's just a privet. And so it's giving a nice shade for her. So I'm hoping that that'll grow nicely here and be very happy right next to a oak leaf hydrangea. And there's also a lantana right here, as you can see some of the little flowers here. And then also I have over here the lemongrass, and I have some impatiens that I've planted here. So I think that space will be nice. Here's just grass patches that I pulled up and I threw them back there. But I think that's gonna look nice there, healthier, happier, not too much of a struggle. So I had to find something red that's not a struggle in direct sun, because it's gonna take a little while before anything really puts their branches to shade. And I wasn't thinking that, I forgot about that really, but I knew it needed shade, but I didn't think it would burn. And for some reason I thought it said that it could do really well in partial shade, full sun type of hydrangea, but it wasn't. Anyway, we'll figure that out. If you guys have any suggestions, I was just thinking maybe a small, tiny, I think they're called knockout roses, but they're tiny knockout roses. I think they go up to be 2 to 3 feet tall. So I don't know, maybe something like that, or I don't know. I want something that's a shrub that's always in bloom kind of thing, but we'll see. We might have to get another white pugster, which is right here for my father-in-law, a white one. So maybe I could just put a white one here, and not worry about having it being a red, because I can't find there is a ruby red butterfly bush or buddleia, but it's not red, it's like a fuchsia red, and it's not the same. I'd rather have it red. So all right, I'm babbling here. All right, so this is what I'm just working through, trying to see how I can make this work a little bit more better with rocks or a piece of wood, piece of wood here and a piece of wood here to just contain the pea gravel that I got in there. All right, I'm sure you'll see what ends up happening. All right, guys, I thought I had a tarp, but I didn't. So I'm just using the pea gravel bag and a mulch bag that I had. Just because it's a small little area, I don't think I need to worry about anything. I'm just gonna throw the rocks on here and show you what that looks like in a second. All right, guys, so this is what it ended up looking like. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's just gonna dry up because right now it's just currently wet. I might have to really consider removing that soft touch holly right there, and I think I might move that one there as well. What I am thinking that could really work is putting it inside these two pots here. So I'll show you really quickly. Sorry, my hand is really dirty with all the pea gravel residue. So what I'm thinking is, I've been trying to figure out what to put in here that will do really well in pots, and soft touch hollies are really great option. And I was thinking about these little petite knockout roses that can go in here too, but I can't put both, so I'm going to put maybe the soft touch holly because it could fill up really nicely there. I think you can shape it up. It's got nice drainage, so that might be the end result for those guys. I think it might be better. I'll show you this side over here as well. The tree is losing a lot of leaves, so it's that time, I guess. I thought it had a little bit more time, but anyway. So so you saw that entrance, and I just did this one the other day. So there's a cleaner entrance. Of course, I got a bag of mulch because I'm going to put the mulch inside that little corner right there. So we'll see how that turns out. And I think that's it, guys. I appreciate you following my videos. You are awesome, and catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.